Hello Scorpios, this is Dee. Welcome to my channel Dee Magic Messages. Hope you're doing well. Today's reading is all about end of August, past, present and future analysis. As you all know that August has been a very transformational month for all of the signs. And Scorpios is one of the people who have gone through major transformation, quite painful ones. And by analyzing the past, present, and future, I'm going to guide certain healing messages to you guys. This reading is for all placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Progress Sun, whichever you resonate with most. I have cleansed your space and meditated on your cards. When my spirit guides relay messages, it's for us all. If you're watching this, then embrace that resonates with you and release that does not. So I have already pre-shuffled and meditated on Scorpio's energy of the collective and taken out 3 oracle cards. The first row is going to guide me towards what has been your recent past. The middle one is going to guide me towards how your present looks like. And the third row is going to guide me towards how your near future is going to look like. So let's begin by shuffling more cards and giving this reading a direction. Yeah. Spirit guides, angels, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my God, they just gave me so many cards in one shuffle. I mean, this happens a lot when I've already premeditated on cards and called my guides to guide me through the reading. So let's begin. So the first oracle card which shows me your near past is about Lalita Tripura Sundari. This is a goddess which talks about doing things with sensuality, accepting your sensualness, accepting your divine feminine. So in the society, as we all know, mostly the society was run by patriarchal laws and systems. We all look at success from a very patriarchal eye. We think that doing things that matter to the world, going out and doing corporate office work and everything is something of value, and everything else is waste of time, is killing of time. You would have all heard this saying that, you know, do not kill time, do not waste time. But do you really waste time, or sometimes you drift away and think of things that you like to think about through passion, through sensuality, that makes your eyes lit, that puts you in a dreamy world that you dream about, that you cannot see in the 3D world. So yeah, Lalita Tripura Sundari came in your past or recent past position, telling me and guiding me that you realize something about your sensuality, that is your sacral chakra, in your recent past. Your sacral chakra was bubbling with energy, and there was a lot of creative energy coming out from you, and you realized you need to channel it, you need to devour yourself to bring in the divine feminine within your body. So divine feminine and sensuality comes in all the spaces. We generally keep them separate. We keep something like sensuality separate from our living, but it is very well a part of enjoying and experiencing life. So eat food with sensuality, have a good conversation with sensuality. All of those things are aspects of divine feminine. Also taking care of yourselves, nurturing yourselves with sensuality, doing things that bring shine to your face, you know, that radiates your soul, is all about, you know, listening to your divine feminine and bringing them space into your heart. This is being guided with the card of grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. I think you have lost something, especially in love relationship where you used to explore your sexuality, and because that journey was extremely tough, it took you some time to cleanse your energy from that particular person who was in your life. I also have a feeling that you are maintaining celibacy for some time. I get a feeling you're maintaining celibacy also because you're very protective of your energy. You are self-protecting yourself. You're inside a bubble, which is not a bad thing, which is a beautiful thing, because you had to go inside a shell to protect yourself, to understand who you are now, to come out as a butterfly. So that is like a beautiful thing that you have done. But recently, in your recent past, when you were like, okay, now I have spent a lot of time in celibacy, and I want to connect with somebody again. I want to feel those feelings of sexual feelings that I explored, my sexuality that I explored with people again. You felt a little bit grief around that area, because you were like, okay, there's nobody in my life, and you were feeling grief. Let me just tell you that grief is coming into your life to make you feel that, okay, having a partner is not that bad of a thing. Because I do realize, if in your recent past you reach to the position where you have understood why divine feminine is so important for you, that means you have already done the work of transformation, and you have reached a new place, and you are so content in your life. Sometimes when we are extremely content in your life, in our life, we do not need another person to fulfill our needs. And you also are one of those people. But then something shifted in you, and you were like, okay, I need to make new space up. I have to free up my life. I have to declutter my home. I have to let go of everything, so that I can make new space for new love to enter. And I'm not only talking about new love in terms of a person, like a lover, but I'm also talking the lover which is inside you. You want to re-enter new things that you are in love with now, and that will only happen when the old things will go away. So that is what your journey is all about in the past, that you decided, okay, I'm feeling grief with the older things that are kept around me, with the old thoughts, old people, everything. I want a fresh start, because I want to bring in divine feminine inside me, and I want to look at everything from the angle of sexuality, from beautiful eyes, from loving eyes, to see what is in my life that is offering me love, support, and comfort for my future self to be. So let me take out some tarot cards to understand where is your what are they talking about when they talk about grief. Let's confirm. Okay, interesting. Okay. 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 Okay, interesting. So, in your recent past, when we were looking into the cards of grief and Lalita Tripura Sundari about the sensuality and divine femme, these cards are confirmed by tarot cards, and it looks like it was somehow related with your finances. So I know that you want to have love in your life, but even in the times when you were feeling grief and you really needed someone, and ideally when you need someone, you go out for it, you make yourself available for it, you open yourself. But I have a feeling you were not able to open yourself for it, because you were really focusing on your stability. You were holding on to the pentacles that you have, you were taking care of it, you were so protective of what you have, because you worked hard in getting it, that you were not going to let it go for anything. And you were living in some sort of fear, and your major focus was on taking care of yourself. I can also see that the law of sensuality and the pent up energy that you had in sacral chakra, that was causing a lot of grief to you, was solved later by you realizing that you were not getting enough sleep. And I can see that you started working on your sleep, and you worked on your sleep, and you finished a lot of cycles, a lot of not like unfinished cycles of your thoughts. You finished, you brought it to a rest, and you were able to focus on the future journeys that you were about to begin with. Okay, so I also see that there was, there is somebody in your financial space, maybe it is a project or it is a career, which is like a stable ground for you, but it is like not enough, it doesn't provide you enough financial stability for you to be mentally free. It is a very slow moving money. I do see it, and you were holding on to it. And I think it's great that you're holding on to it, because I can see a lot of positivity in those cards. What I do see is that a little bit of unclear thought around that career. It's about like something about your joy and spark went away from the career, and the money was so slow that you were not able to understand why you are actually even in that situation. But somehow through the cards, I do feel that that situation has really helped you in life. And whatever you can change is your perspective. Not all the wars are about winning, and not all situations are going to make sense to you factually. You have to listen to your heart and understand why did you stick with that situation. There was something intuitively, instinctively that was leading you towards the situation. Maybe that situation stayed with you and helped you in your toughest moments, and that's why you have some sort of internal confidence in that situation, be it a career situation, be it a person who is helping you out, or whosoever you're working with. Even if it is a very slow turning wheel sort of situation and slow money making situation, there is something about this combination that brought peace to you and was there with you in your tough times, and that's why you chose to stick around with it. So I do see that whenever you felt extreme amounts of grief, you were able to channel some of it through this career or creative activity that I can see happening between a person and you. But I also do see that whenever this energy was not channeled as a creative activity, it did channel as agitation and anger and frustration. But somehow I do see that this interaction, this, whether it is a friendship or a business relationship or a setup, whatever the situation is for you, my dear Scorpios, this helped you. They did not leave you. The situation did not leave you. Even if you became frustrated, agitated, or you were like, I'm done with this, I'm not going to handle this anymore or take this grief on myself, but somewhere the situation stuck around with you even in your tough moments, and that's like a blessing in disguise. Because in Rider-Waite tarots, all the cards which has like a golden color are very positive cards, and I somehow see sadness and also positivity in it. So it's like a beautiful combination of cards that showed up here for your recent past. And I do see whatever that situation was caused a lot of sleepless nights to you, because you were really in an indecisive mode of what to be done in this situation. But you started working on your sleep, and your sleep became better because you stopped focusing on winning a war, because you saw it from a higher perspective and you understood that this slow moving money is for my benefit, this situation is for my benefit, it gives me enough time to transform, it does not ask a lot from me, and I should keep the situation in my life. So that is what I see in your near past, that you realized and you decided to stick around with those who stuck around with you in your tough times. And I think that is a very wise decision, Scorpios, for you to take. Okay, so the present line that I see, the present pile that I see is of Hanuman. Hanuman is goddess of courage. If you all know Hindu mythology, then Hanuman is actually a god which looks like monkey, and it is the god of courage, the god of strength. This card came in reverse right now. That gives me an idea that currently in the present time, in these 2 weeks of transformation, the end of August, you are suffering with overthinking, and I do get it. When we complete a lot of cycles and we have gone through so much of transformation, and we are told by a soul to be patient every day, sometimes we are so freaked out that we feel that, oh my god, I do not want to miss anything in life. Am I doing everything on time? Am I taking the right steps at right times? Am I doing it the right way? And all of these things can sometimes put so much of thought in our head that all the inner space and the space that we had built through our meditations, because I do see you have built it through meditation, and that's why you reached at Lalita Tripura Sundari at your recent past, starts to get suffocated, and there is less space, and that causes a lot of tension, a lot of issue, a lot of burnouts. So I do feel that you are not taming your thoughts, but your thoughts are controlling you right now. And it is a lesson. It is definitely a lesson that universe is bringing to you, because universe brings us lessons in layers. There is not a single transformative cycle. There are billions of mini cycles, and they combine into a major cycle through a period of time. So this is one of the lessons that you have to go through. Like, when the times will be tough, when you have to be patient to receive something that you have worked really hard for, then you need to be how you need to interact, how you need to live your day, so that you are not hampering yourself and hampering your abundance, because it does causes problems and issues in manifestation, because it lowers your vibe. Whenever you are draining and burning out, whenever you're doing something which is not aligned to your highest good, you are draining your energy. And that's what Hanuman in reverse is showing me, that whenever your thoughts will be controlling you, then you will be suffering with a lot of fear. And I can see fear seeping in you at the present moment. You are feared of something, a new business or a new venture that you were supposed to start. You are feeling a lot of fear. And it is not shocking that I'm also Scorpio rising, and when I see these cards, I do exactly know what these mean, because I was suffering with same thoughts in the recent times. I'm like going back and forth, and sometimes doubting myself. It is as a collective we are facing those energies, because universe is throwing these energies towards us, so that we can understand how to champion them and not fall on their pit. Because the next realm after the transformation, the realm in which we are entering, all the people who are spiritually awakening need to know all the tactics to live like in a high vibration, because we need to understand that whatever is controllable is something that happens inside us. So we really need to keep our chemistry and our mind and our psychology, everything in balance. And how to do that is what universe is training us by throwing us all of these curve balls of energies, which are very difficult to deal with. And I'm sending a lot of love to all the other Scorpios. I totally get what you're going through. But the only way to go through is by facing the fears, by doing a lot of shadow work. Go do the inner journey, go inward. When I say inward, you look into the mirror and see what is exactly that is causing you fear. And always try to follow your intuition of the heart. Sometimes it gets difficult. We try to analyze things and we try to think, okay, what is the next step? But it's the combination of the brain and heart that pushes us in the right direction. It's the instinct, it's the intuitiveness that comes out from you that speaks what you need to do next, and you should always follow that. It's not about fear completely going away. It will always be there. It's a human nature. Fear will keep coming in various ways, but we have to learn how to face them and do it anyway. Be afraid, be fearful, and do it anyway. And that's the motto that I see happening here in the present, that you will be again and again thrown into cycles of doubts, cycles that reminds you what part of your past is a limiting belief of your present, so that you can look into it, you can take care of that situation and you release it. You can integrate your shadow, because I really see my Scorpios, that you guys have a lot of shadows sides that needs to be incorporated, and all of them are huge blessing. Huge blessing. Everything that ever got detached from your whole consciousness, any part of your personality that others told you or you thought it's not lovable, it's not nice, is placed in you as a blessing, because it protected you from a lot of bad things that could have happened to you. So now that you're completely safe and secure in yourself, you have the chance to incorporate and integrate all of those shadows to your original consciousness, so that you can become more powerful and come into your power. Do not doubt yourself, my beautiful Scorpios. I'm telling you this, and I'm telling myself also while saying it to you, that doubt is not going to serve us. We have to access the energies of the god of courage, the Hanuman. We can ask Hanuman for help to guide us during this difficult time we are doubting ourselves. Be afraid, it's completely okay, but do it anyways. I'm not telling you to go do something which is completely out of who you naturally are. Listen to your intuition. Always listen to your intuition, because that will guide you to make decisions which is the balance between your heart and your brain. But do not let fear stop you. Your instinct stopping you, that's completely fine. That's your soul guiding you. But find the clear difference between fear and instinct. And I think I'll be doing another video where we can spot the major difference between fear and instincts. Okay, let's take out some tarot cards to clarify what this present looks like. Can you clarify, spirit guides and angel? Please clarify, bring out some cards. Okay, great. Okay, see, 9, I love it. Okay, these are a lot of cards. I will deal with them later, because I will see and then ask for 1 or 2 cards for clarification. Okay, so I do see that you are thinking about spreading some traditional wisdom, and I feel it is a traditional wisdom because, first of all, it's a Hierophant card. It is about a master teacher, somebody who can teach traditional wisdom, and it also has a number 5, which is of transformation. I think this is what you were transforming into. You were transforming into accessing all the ancestral knowledge that you have, the wisdom that you carry from various lifetimes. You were doing to connect with yourself and remember all those information, so that you can spread that valuable wisdom to the people. And I do think you will have an amazing following if you start something like that of your own, because I do see people listening to you. I do see with this card that you were destined to do, work in the space where you're talking about traditional teachings. If you were thinking something about that, you are becoming a master of something. You are learning something about certain areas of traditional teachings that you want to talk to and spread your wisdom. If that is the space, let me tell you, do not doubt yourself, because this pile tells me that you are doubting yourself about your traditional teachings, which is making you difficult to stay content. Also, it talks to me about whatever this teaching or whatever this area that you are diving into, that you want to talk about with people, brings a lot of content in your life, and that can be a major sign for you to know whether it is your soul purpose or not. So a lot of people gets confused when we talk about soul purpose, and they feel like, what is my soul purpose? Let me tell you, my Scorpios, your soul purpose is you. Your soul purpose is actually you taking care of your needs and yourself on a daily basis, and that naturally aligns you to your soul path. So whenever you have a doubt of what you're doing, ask yourself, does whatever you do make you content? If it does, it is for you. And never be afraid that, okay, it may be for me right now, but it may evolve later. That is going to happen anyway. That should happen anyway, because nothing is going to stay stagnant. Every day, every act that you are doing, you are going to unlock more and more of repressed wisdom that is stored inside you through lifetimes. Because I do see that you are a very intelligent soul from lifetimes. You have gathered a lot of wisdom, and I see that. So never be afraid of changing things. Also, Scorpio is the sign of death, in tarot card. It's all about transformation. It's all about learning, discovering, living, killing all the beliefs, relearning, discovering and living. And life is all about relearning. So you will be doing it anyways. Like, you will be changing whatever you start right now, but that doesn't mean you don't start anything right now. If you feel like starting right now, whatever knowledge you have, whatever makes you content in the present moment, do start it. Do not stop yourself. Okay, I see a beautiful cards, like I see the beautiful pile of like your future, your recent future. I see Muladhara, which is root chakra, and I see balance. Can you see both of these cards? I hope it's visible in the camera. Yeah. So, oh my God, Scorpios, this is like such a blessing to see this card in your recent future, because this card tells me that you are coming home. You are rooting yourself in the place you are. Whatever tough journey internally and externally that you have done, you have decluttered your space, you have decluttered your inner space of the thoughts. All the tough things that you're dealing with right now, when you deal with this, you will enter into this phase. This phase, you will be accessing all the beautiful spaces that you have created in your external environment, in your home, and in your internal environment, in the inner space of the body. This makes me know that you are really treating yourself well health wise. You are cutting down any dietary supplement, you're cutting down any diet you know things that you are eating that are not serving you anymore. You're cutting down at them. You're really looking at what you're putting inside your body. You are living a very clean and sattva life. Let me tell you another thing. When I was doing the pre-shuffling of these cards, there was another card that popped up, which was the sattva card. Sattva card is of purity, and it showed me, okay, you are able to, Scorpios, you are able to understand the universal moral of purity, to speak the truth, to eat what really gives you prana energy, to avoid eating anything that drains your life, to keep the people in your life that really vibes at your vibration or increases your vibration. So all of those things that keeps you living a very pure and very serene and very sacred life, you will be doing that, and that will bring you at home. This root chakra card makes me feel that you are going to connect with earth completely. I also see that this is not something that happens overnight, so I do see that you have been working on it for some time, and your roots are going to be completely rooted with the center of the earth, which will ground you so much that your cup will be always overflowing. It will never go empty, and that's such a blessing. Yeah, like, you will learn all of your lessons to keep your cup overflowing. You will keep away from all the wars which are like not meant for you, which are not important for you. You are going to be focused on yourself and your growth, and that will bring abundance in you and around you. I see balance within you. Oh my God, that's such a beautiful card. It's sometimes so hard to maintain balance with the over-analyzing brain and so many ideas. And also, Scorpios, I do see you are a very psychic person with this teaching card coming here, and I do realize there's something within you that you always anyways follow your heart and mind. It's not that you just follow a very factual or analysis based. Hello my Scorpios, sorry I had to restart my camera because of the 30-minute timer, but I'm starting from where I left off. So it's amazing to see the balance card here, because sometimes it's very difficult to maintain the balance of the divine femme and the divine masculine within ourselves to live in unity. And I can see you are a very psychic person, my Scorpio, because I see these cards where I see you holding on to this knowledge, which is your inner wisdom that you are following, and it's completely beautiful to see you doing that. By completely rooting yourself, I also see that in a very long time, this is the first time that you are feeling at home wherever you are living. Maybe you shifted to a new place, or you decluttered a lot of things from your home to make your home suit to who you are right now. You have very few things, and whatever things you have, you are completely in love with it. So in future, that is going to make your home sing to you. It will root you so much that you will not be living a lost life. You will have like a lot of clarity in your near future. I also see you will be able to manage the burning fire energy that you have to do things, to do new things, you will able to channel it through your root chakra so well to the earth. It will ground you. I see you living in a huge groundedness. It also tells me that you will completely know how to move ahead, how much you have to do, because sometimes in this world, when we focus on our goals, we focus on our achievements, we focus on what we need in future, and in that whole process we do forget why we are actually want all of those goals. We want our goals and our achievements are just for us to figure out what kind of life we want to live. Live it right now. Do not forget, do not burn out yourself. And I do see that whatever emotions and things you're going through right now will keep you in such a grounded space and balance, because you will know how to manipulate the energies coming to you towards the universe. When you learn how to manipulate the energies, you will exactly know, okay, today I think I need to rest more and work less, so let me just do the minimum that is required of me and then take a step back and rest. Okay, today I have more energy from the universe, so let me channel this energy in doing some extra, maybe research or work, and that's how you're going to move ahead. That's the knowledge which will unlock in you on how to get in touch with your emotions and feelings and move ahead. And having this balance card is very nice to see. I also see that when you start feeling deep rooted in wherever you are, you will not be isolating yourself anymore. I do think you'll start stepping out because you will not feel lost anymore. So I think that earlier when you used to step out or meet people, suddenly they used to make you feel that you are losing your ground, you're losing the foundation, you are losing who you are, who you are about to be, who you were. It's like suddenly you enter into a lost space. And I think that is also because you were a healer and you were losing you were draining your energy because it was going towards other people whose vibrations were quite less. And when I talk about that anybody's vibration was less, that does not mean that they were like low vibe people like forever ever, but sometimes everybody goes through periods of time. Sometimes we as people have like low vibration and we are low at vibing, and people with light come and pick up our energy, so it's like a vice versa thing. But I do realize you have learned how to protect your energy because you have come down to those basic self-care practices that you know, which brings you at the center and balances you on a daily basis. And you have learned not to push yourself to the extremes where you will burn out. So that's a beautiful thing, because that's the major knowledge which was being offered in the August through the lessons of the universe, through the planetary alignments and shifts. And I do see you getting and acing in all of those lessons. While shuffling for your present pile, I did get a lot of cards for the future pile that I kept aside, and I want to see it right now to see if there are a lot of them. Then I'll definitely do confirmations on them. Okay, so I did see you through the root chakra coming here in your future pile. I did see you celebrating, going out, celebrating, being with people. It's like after a very long time, you have started feeling so safe in yourself that you trust yourself to step out. I also, in your pre-shuffle, saw the Devil card in reverse. That too tell me and guide me that you have gone through a lot of transformation and you have successfully been able to not fall back to the older patterns, hold on to not be deviated through the temptations of the devil. I do see you quitting on stuff which is very tough to leave. Actually, I do see you going through all of those tough decisions, because I see a lot of isolation, I see hibernation, I also see a lot of difficult choices that you have made to come to the position where you are right now, which is a beautiful position, and that will lead you to meet a lot of people, and you will be happily celebrating with people, because now you have the complete trust within yourself, and you know that you will not fall back onto the earlier patterns. You know how to protect your energy now. You're completely grounded. So celebrations will look very nice to you. You will not be going out and doing the same things. I see you have even left a lot of food substances. You have completely changed your lifestyle, and you will be living by the new rules, and you will be focused in staying balanced, because now you do cherish how important it is for your overall growth and abundance. And I see you coming out of your shell, being grounded, meeting people, celebrating, and that's a beautiful thing to look at. Also, we see a world card. This is a beautiful card because the whole completion of a cycle happens. Do you see the circle around the world card? The dancer in between actually represents and has similar properties as the Fool card. So the Fool card actually has the symbolism of unlimited potential, billions of possibilities, billions of opportunities. The same is with world cards. It's the 21 card, 20 last card of the major arcana, 21st card. So what actually happens is the Fool has a billions of possibilities in their life, because they are naive. They don't know what the difficult path in front of them actually have for them. They are like so naive, they don't know about anything, and that's why there are billions of possibilities. They can go in any direction. But the world card is somebody who has finished their transformation. They have the information on everything. They have seen all the hardships, but are not afraid, because their transformation is done. They see all of their hardships with gratitude, because they know wherever they are right now is because they have learned everything through those phases. So that's why the dancer is dancing, because she's like, I can go in any direction. I know what world entails. So you have definitely finished a cycle of transformation, and you're going to finish it in the next 2 weeks of August, and that is going to bring you a lot of joy and happiness, because I somehow see that whatever you were going through, there was a melancholy vibe that was there, and you started finding joys in very recent past of yours, that you started looking at finding joys and sensuality, and how to deep dive into emotions to make you feel something. It's like you lost all the feelings, and now that you're finishing the cycle, the joys are coming back to you. You are rediscovering your joys. Also, I see that all the defenses that you had put in front of you earlier, you are removing it. You don't need them. You did put your defenses to build a very protective covering around you, so that you are in isolation and nobody's energy can reach you. You literally cut cords with a lot of people, so that you can protect yourself and understand what has happened to you. You enter into a hermit zone. And it's also related to spirituality. You wanted to know more about the truth of the world. You are a truth seeker, and in order to do that, you put a lot of defenses and boundaries. Your boundaries were very strong, and it became very defensive. Actually, you were keeping people at an arm's length, and that's great, because now you will be keeping people at an arm's length of invisibility. There'll not be an actual defense in front of you, but you will know how to energetically protect yourself in this period. And that's why this card comes in reverse, because now you do not need the physical defenses. Also, there was somewhere a lot of aggression that I saw in you. The way the cards came, that you had to channel a lot of sacral chakra energy, and the grief came. I do see that there was a lot of anger that you had pent up in your energy field. Because obviously, if you are such a passionate being and you have so much to share, then definitely there will be a lot of anger which will be stored in you. And that made you a person who used that anger to keep people away from them. It was like being defensive. I do see that getting over for you now, because you being in balance, you being rooted, you do not need physical or verbal defenses around you to protect yourself. You are protected. Also, I do see with these 3 cards in reverse. Let me just show you these 3 cards together once. I hope you see these cards. I hope I'm holding them well, because I cannot see. So Yeah, holding these cards, I do see you are in some sort of situation with a couple of people or a group of people. I think it looks like three people, if I'm being honest. It may be siblings or a group of friends. There are three people that you guys have great potential. Let me tell you first. You all three of you are blessed. You have great potential. I see you having the capacity to create wonders in life together, but there's something about all of you being in such different parts of your life that somehow the tuning between all of you do not fit well right now, and that causes a lot of aggression, a lot of verbal abuses, and a lot of unhealthy transfer of energies, and it sets you back by Scorpios. It does put you a little backward in your path. So do be sure of that, because I do see you giving a lot of love and care to that situation, and I'm sure that's because you are extremely compassionate, and I'm sure this situation is very valued to you. I'm not saying leave the situation completely. Do as you feel right to yourself, but I do feel there is something for you to energetically protect and know your boundaries in this situation. Otherwise, your cup will always go empty and you will burn out yourself. My dear Scorpios, that will be like a really sad thing to do, because you have so many great potentials and you have to achieve so much in life. It will be sad to see that your cup goes empty and you enter a burnout phase. So, I really see that you can energetically protect yourself in that situation by not reflecting what somebody is throwing at you. So for example, if somebody is telling you a lot of bad words, do not reflect back to them. Do not do anything. If everything around you goes turbulent, go into stillness, go completely quiet, and just use that energy to transform yourself, change your situation. Do not reflect, do not absorb, because either of those things are going to lower your vibration. And always keep focused on your always stay focused on your cup being filled and how much you're offering to others. Are you getting equal in return? Take care of yourselves. Take all the responsibility of taking care of yourself, because after a very long time you have entered into a space where you do trust yourself, where you do feel safe with yourself, and I want you to cherish that. Okay, my beautiful Scorpios, this was a very beautiful reading. I do want to give you few more messages, like final cards from the ancestors deck, to just see what ancestors and spirits have for you, have for my dear Scorpios. Please, can you show me few cards for my Scorpios? Angel, spirits, interdimensional beings, please show me. Guide me to a card. Okay, one second. Oh, yeah. So I do take these in upwards. I do not take in reverse, because in reverse these cards actually mean that emphasize on these cards even more. So I think I will emphasize on this card even more. Okay. High Priest, intend and create. Okay. In this card, this card is actually about High Priest, if you see. And I am getting a lot of eagle symbolism when I'm doing readings for the signs, because I see everybody is being guided to look from a higher perspective. Okay, so there is something you want to create, and you want to create with a lot of good intention. I do see with this Hierophant card here that you're meant to do something, and they are telling you, the spirit guides are telling you, please go forward, put your intention down there and do create. Do create with the mindset of helping others, and your magic will happen. You know, whatever you're looking at, whatever you're thinking of doing, it will definitely happen for you. The other is the Knight. Be brave and honest. Can you see this card? I'm going to give more emphasis to this card and see what is coming through. Okay. So I do see you Scorpios, you are very vulnerable souls. You put forward a very tough shell out and don't show how much vulnerable and soft hearted you are and how much pain you have gone through in your life. But I don't know whether you can see it or not, but this knight has actually a tear running through from their eye. And this knight actually talks about having so much of faith in what you believe in that you inculcate braveness even in those things that once feared you to death. So this knight is train yourself more and more so that you can become the best at what you do. Believe in your heart that you are meant to do that. Access the bravery that is given to you because you are the chosen one, and always be honest. I do see sometimes when fear comes in our and settles in our heart, in our mind, it is really hard to be honest. Sometimes it's easy for us to forget about why it is important to be honest. We can just lie and get away, but it is important for you to be honest because it actually affects your vibration, it actually affects your energy, it actually affects your thoughts. You do not like lying, and then it converts itself into a cycle of repetition of guilt and regret, and that doesn't suit you well. So I think this card tells you to follow your instincts and always be honest and only be focused on your intention towards a thing, only be focused on what you have to do or say, why you're doing it, and do it with a lot of hope and faith. And be like the knight who is so strong, who has all the skills to take the project forward, who has all the skills to do what they are set out to do, but is also as vulnerable inside because they know life is so fragile and anything can happen. So having the balance of that is such a beautiful thing that you will definitely be successful. I do see you were looking for some sort of confirmation in taking some project forward or opening a new venture. I do see it as a confirmational reading for you. Spirit guides are totally coming through and telling you to put your guards down now, go out and celebrate, and start whatever you're thinking you wanted to start, because the time is right for you. You have done all the hard work and come on to this place, and you deserve the best in life. Okay, thank you, my dear Scorpios, for watching me. May these words sprinkle magic into your life. I hope you enjoyed receiving these healing messages. If you like to watch all the other videos of me that I put out, please like and subscribe to my channel. I always appreciate all the shares and likes that you do. And I would love to connect with you. Comment down below with anything that you want to say to me, and also I would like to connect with your energies, and let's do that through comments. Love, Didi.